Hi again, YouTubers. So I started reading the Dawkins book, The God Delusion, and I just wanted to comment on some things that I read in the first 50 pages. I swear I will not be making videos all this often. I would have to quit my job. So early in the book, Dawkins talks about the confusion in Christianity, and especially Catholicism, with defining the Holy Trinity. I'd always found that confusing and just accepted it as an outsider. I may never get it. Well, Dawkins suggests that nobody really would get it because the church doesn't have an answer that really makes sense. There is nothing therefore created, nothing subject to another in the Trinity, nor is there anything that has been added as though it had once not existed, but had entered afterwards. Therefore, the Father has never been without the Son, nor the Son without the Spirit, and the same Trinity is immutable and unalterable forever. So there it is. It's been explained. Now I get it. So it occurs to me that distinguishing the difference between the Father and the Son in the Trinity is actually quite an Oedipal Freudian thing. You have Mary, still a virgin, still perfect and untainted, yet she has a baby, even more perfect because she didn't have to get ruined by sex in order to become a mother. She's the perfect mother. In fact, she's the mother of God. But wait a second, I thought God was the Father. So you see the mess. Of course, I'm not the first person to think of this, but it does illustrate the point that Richard has made a few times in his videos, that Christianity is just, the Bible is just an assemblage of stories gathered from other religious stories before. The Gore Vidal quote on page 37 in my version reminded me again of Christianity's Oedipal complex. Vidal talks about how the three monotheistic religions that are, dominant in our time are all patriarchal sky god religions, and hence the loathing of women for 2,000 years. Christianity and Islam alike want to keep women covered, putting the onus on women should men feel the sin of sexual desire, which is very bad. Why is it bad? Well, to desire a woman sexually is to sexualize the role of women, and we know it's just a slippery slope from there to realize that one's mother is a woman, and we already know why we can't go there. So I really was just going to let my observations go by and keep on reading, not saying anything, until I got to page 43, where George Bush Sr. is quoted as saying some anti-atheist comment like this: "No, I don't think atheists should be considered as citizens, nor should they be considered as patriots." Holy fuck, I thought. Holy fuck. There it was again. The Freudian Oedipal recursion. George Bush Sr. is so boxed into this anti-atheist, necessarily Christian framework that he is acting out the subconscious anxieties of his religion in his own life. Now, I'm not going to say that Barbara looks like his mother. I am going to point out that Barbara gave birth to a boy whom they named George, and then they pruned him to be the president, to follow in his father's footsteps. And now, born-again George Jr. is fighting his father's war. American society is so deeply burrowed in Christian patriarchal framework that we don't even see it anymore. The patterns of discomfort around sex and inheritance illustrated in some of the dominant stories of the Bible have effects that just keep fractaling in the interactions of our society. Now the U.S. President is playing out his need to not become his father, not leave Iraq with the job unfinished, and so people are dying in hundreds of thousands. That's one of the reasons that I think it's really important to start, scratching at the surface and figuring out what it is that we're all taking as assumed. And let's start talking about more of this. What do you guys think of that? I know this is just dime store philosophy, but YouTube. What do you expect? Give me some feedback, please. Thanks.